Athena students, parents, and families. This is your weekend update for the week of August 26, 2019. So I'm not going to talk a lot during this one because the bulk of this weekend update is from our students. I spoke to an amazing group of students today, our peer mediators, and they are just brilliant, and I want to share that with you. But two quick things. One, a 4-day week next week. We are off on Friday for Labor Day weekend, and you guys will actually be off next Friday, then that following Monday and Tuesday. Also, we start our kindergarten color days next week, so we'd love the whole school to participate. Monday is red day, so make sure everybody wears red on Monday and check our social media so that you can see what the color is for each day. All right, with that being said, I spoke to some brilliant kids today, some of our very own students. There are peer mediators from 6th grade. They are just absolutely eloquent in the way that they share ideas and strategies that students use here at Athena to stay kind with one another and to help one another. So enough of me. I want you to listen to it. I know this is a rather long one. I spoke with them for about 10 minutes, but it is definitely worth a watch. So watch the whole thing. They are worth it, and I hope you guys have a great weekend. All right, so I have some very special students with me. These are our peer mediators. They were 5th graders last year. They're 6th graders this year. So we're going to talk a little bit about some strategies that we have at school to keep kids safe and kind. You guys ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. So let's just start by what are some strategies that that you guys can use when others are being mean to you? Yeah, what do you think?
Well, you could talk it out first. If that doesn't work, then you go to peer mediation and try to see if that works. And if people your age can't figure things out as much, then you go to the office.
Yeah, and so what are some of those things that you can do on your own to try to figure it out?
Don't let them get under your skin, because if they do, they'll keep on doing it over and over again.
Yeah, so don't let them get under your skin. What else?
You can ask them kindly to stop.
Very nice. You just ask them kindly right off the bat, hey, please stop that. And how many times have you guys maybe tried that in the past and it actually worked? Or let me just ask this. How many of you have actually tried that in the past and it worked? The person stopped. Yeah, absolutely. What else? Yeah.
So, if you just kind of ignore them, then they are kind of just wanting to annoy you almost, and if you ignore them, then they're gonna stop because they know it doesn't annoy you.
You're absolutely right. Most of the time, those people are doing it for attention. They want to get some sort of reaction from you. They want to make you mad, maybe because they're having a cranky day. And if you don't give them that reaction, then a lot of times they stop, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. So what can you do if you see someone being mean to others? Yeah.
You can go up to the person that is
Being mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you can say stuff like, just imagine that you're in this situation. How would you feel about it? This is exactly how you're making this person feel.
Yeah. So being the responsible one and helping out, right? Even if you don't know the person that they're being mean to, right? Yeah. What else?
And especially if it's someone in our grade, they're the oldest in the building. They should be mature. So you could tell them you should be a role model. You shouldn't be saying rude stuff, because would you want the new kindergartners to come in and be like, you're dumb,
Right.
other kids?
Right. Yeah, great example. Tell them about being a role model, because a lot of times we see those older kids are the ones that may be unkind to younger kids. What else?
If it's not too severe where you have to go to the principal, but it's more than just asking a question, you can go to a peer.
Yeah, so go to a peer. Let's talk a little bit about that. So one of the things you guys said was, number one, try to work it out on your own. And it sounds like we have a lot of strategies that we talk about here at school to take care of it on your own. Would you also say, before we move on, do we teach a lot here at school about being kind to others?
Yes.
Being safe to each other?
Yeah.
Respectful? Responsible? But we know, even though as hard as we work here at Athena, are we going to be able to get rid of 100% of it? No. And so that's why we work hard to have these other strategies, right?
Yeah.
So you guys said step one, take care of it yourself. We really love the strategies you guys just shared. So if that doesn't work, you said peer mediators. Tell me a little bit about that. Yeah.
Well, we are the peer mediators, and I know that we've solved a few problems because we've had peer mediation, and we took it from the 6th graders last year that were role models, and they showed us how that we could do it, and now we're better at it, so we can improve, and then we can solve problems.
And you made a great point earlier. You said that sometimes we wish kids would go to peer mediation first because it's not as scary as the office may be to go and get a problem solved. So tell me a little bit about that.
It's so it's like instead of talking to an adult, sometimes it can be scary. Like, am I gonna get in trouble for what I say or something? You're talking to someone your age.
Yeah.
It's easier, and it's not as scary.
Yeah, absolutely. And your role as mediators is to help solve the problem, right? And make sure that it's taken care of.
So, it might be just a little more comfortable to talk to someone your age than an adult.
Yeah. And you often think that that person will understand you a little better because they are your age, right? They are your peers, so they'll understand some of the things you're going through. And who kind of moderates that? Who's the adult that moderates your peer mediation group?
Miss Roger.
Miss Robbie. So she's our counselor, and so there is an adult there just to help make sure that things are taken care of appropriately. Who can you go to in the school? So we talked about peer mediators. Who else can you go to in the school if you need help with something, or somebody's being unkind, or we don't like to use the word because there's a lot that goes to it, but bullying. Where can you go if this is happening?
The council, you can, if it's bad enough, you can go to like the principal if it's really bad and severe.
So we've got counselors, we've got the principal. Anywhere else?
You could go to your teachers, and if it's like happening at lunch, you can go to the lunch ladies.
Yeah. I'm glad you mentioned that because we have a lot of caring adults here. Teachers, any teacher, even if it's not your teacher, would love to help you.
Or
Yeah, recess aides and peer mediators. You guys are a great group to go to for help. And even if they may not be of the age to go to peer mediation, so there may be a younger grade level, they could still go to you guys for advice and you could help steer them in the right direction, right?
And I know I do, but if people are like being rude or they're doing something that they know it's not smart, you just like give them tell them is that smart? Should you make that decision? Just so that they don't get in trouble. Like you're helping them out, not trying to be like bossy or rude, just so that they don't get in trouble for what they're doing.
And how powerful is that? That is peers helping peers, right? Friends helping friends. And that's a great suggestion because that doesn't sound like you're being condescending or mean when you say, is that a smart decision? What it's really doing is telling that person, think about it a little bit, right?
Yeah.
So, Carlos, tell me if someone is using these strategies that we've talked about. They're telling that person that they need to respectfully stop. They have had somebody else come in and intervene, and that person continues to do this over time. What do they need to do next?
They need to either work it out with them or work it out with a peer mediator.
Yeah, and if it gets even more severe, or maybe it even crosses a line where they're being physically harmful to that person, what should they do then?
Go to the principal or teacher.
Yep, absolutely. So, 2 last questions to end this. What can parents talk to their students about at home to help?
Well, if you're a parent, you can talk to your kid and you can try to work it out. And you can say, parents, you can give your kids tips. Because if kids can't give kids tips, because you're not old enough, you're not as intelligent, I guess, then you'd ask your parent. And if your parent can help you, then that's great. So then if they can help you and then you talk to someone about it, then the problem will be solved.
Excellent.
Instead of, it'll be the same, but it might be a little more comfortable. Instead of going to the council, you can tell your parents about it. Because I feel like that's just more reliable, not reliable, but where it feels more comfortable saying it to your parents.
Yeah, absolutely. And we want then the parents, like you guys said, to talk it out with them and help their child have some advice on using those respectful strategies that we talked about, or talking to an adult here at school.
The parent could call the parent of the person who is bullying them or acting mean to them.
That's a great idea. So then the adults can have conversations with the other adults in a respectful manner to help intervene. Because if the kids are having problems off and on at school, we want both sets of parents to be able to talk it out so that the students can take care of it, right? Yeah, take it in a mature way. So last question, what would be good information for students to share with parents?
What's going on? You shouldn't lie to your parents and tell them false stuff. Just tell them what's happening, what they've been saying, or what you've been saying. If you feel guilty about saying something, then tell your parent that. Say that you're trying to make it better, and just be honest.
What do you think, Gracie?
I think that you should share with your parents what mean stuff that they're saying, and maybe your parents will tell you advice how to stop it, or Just ignore them.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, go ahead.
If you like did something wrong, sort of like Peyton said, if you did something wrong, like, and you feel like you just don't want to tell anybody, then you should tell it to your parents, because if it's better to get the truth out than just keep the lie going.
Absolutely. Like, as much as we care about you and we help you here at school, we want to make sure that you are feeling safe here at school and that your parents know too. We want you to have that same communication at home with your parents so that they know, because they care a whole lot about you and they want to make sure that you're safe too. Mm-hmm. Any last words?
Also, don't be scared to go to Miss Carter, because she's a lot nicer than like it would seem, like you'd be scared and stuff, but it's just easy. Like to talk, especially not to be rude to you, but to talk to a girl is probably easier than talking to a male.
Sure.
Because like we're the same gender, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, it just is easier.
Yeah. And even if you're partially at fault in something, so somebody's being unkind to you, but you know deep down inside you maybe have been unkind back to them a few times, it's still best to go and get it taken care of, even if you might have a consequence for that too, because you don't want that other person to continue to be unkind to you, right? Mm-hmm. Anything else? Do you guys feel safe at Athena?
Yes.
Do you like this place?
Yeah.
Do we practice kindness?
Yes.
I'm sad to leave it next year.
Oh, you guys are amazing. This is an amazing group, and I hope you guys learned as much as I did today. We have a fantastic group of kids here that really care about each other, so that makes a world of difference. If you have any questions at any time, you can always reach us here at Athena, 636-586-1020. Say bye.
Bye.